Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to downtown Fruhling 22. This is a little farm that I like, and this is not necessarily a tutorial, but a playthrough. We're going to look at the farm. They've given us all kinds of different equipment to play with. I think if you've never played Farm Sim before, this is a great farm to start on. It is downloadable in your console or PC in the mod section. And once again, it's called Fruhling, spelled just like this, or Fruhling, probably Fruhling, Fruhling. And we're going to do a little series here, maybe, I don't know how many episodes. I really like this farm. It could go on for a long time. Now, the only thing I've changed out in this series is the tractors. I've kept the horsepower the same, but I'm using two different tractors than they gave us to start with. First of all, they had a Steyr, which is a cool tractor, Steyr, however you pronounce it. And that was 135. I replaced it with a 136 horsepower Ford. But pretty much the same idea. A vintage tractor. The Steyr that they gave us was also a vintage tractor. And then I also replaced the Massey Ferguson 100 horsepower tractor with a 95 horsepower open cab New Holland T4. So essentially the same tractor. The bottom line is the biggest tractor we have has the horsepower, and the other one's only 5 different, so we should be just fine running the ops that way. Why do I like this map as a starter map? First of all, the fields are small, so if you get bored easily, you're not going to be out in the fields for hours and hours and hours doing the same thing over and over again. You have very small fields. You only start with 3. And you're given a little bit of money. You get $100,000 to buy more fields if you want. But they give you pretty much everything you need to get started, and that's why I like this farm. And they even give you a couple animals. So our goal today is to get those animals fed. To get our crops, I think we have 3 crops that are harvested. We'll take a look at the fields in a minute here. But to get our crops harvested, and also, just to make sure everyone's taken care of, fed, watered, that kind of stuff. So it's 8:33 in the morning, and it is August. Now, I have my calendar set to 1-day months, or 3-day seasons, you would say, because each season is made of 3 months, so each month is equivalent to a day. So August, September, and October are fall. We're in the beginning of, right? Or no, I guess this would be the end of summer. So October, November, December is really fall. So here's the farm. And there's a couple things that I haven't tested out yet that we need to test out. But I'm going to show you around a little bit. We're going to take a look at a little tour this morning before we get started on our chores, so you can kind of see what's going on here. There's a big weight there. I don't need it for this tractor because it's got a built-in weight. But you can see right here, we have our cow pen, and that is where I think we have 10 cows to start with. Let's take a look at the list of animals here. We've got 10 cows. They are all Holstein, which means that they will make milk if we give them the proper food. Now, we can give them hay and grass and get a little bit of milk out of them. Supposedly, if we give them total mixed ration, it will give them more milk, or they'll produce more, but I'm still testing that. I've been told by several people that that's the case, but I don't know that anyone's really actually tested it out. So we will be, at some point, actually testing that out. Because, to me, this total capacity and effectiveness, if I put just hay in and fill it up all the way, it'll say 80%. If I put hay and grass in, well, what's 80 plus 40? That's 100%, right? 120%, really. And the cows will start producing milk with that combo. And this will say 100%. Total mixed ration will also give you 100%. Now, I'll teach you how to make all that stuff. We're going to go through all that as we go because we're going to have to feed them today. I personally am going to – I want to go with total mixed ration because it's just better for the cows anyway. So we're going to have to, make some slurry, and I may have to rent a baler. We'll see. Then we also have 10 sheep. Sheep are easy. They just eat grass. They also need water. Both these animals are going to need water, and we have a Actually, this one, they already have water. There's a well in the barn, so we don't have to worry about the cows. But our sheep will need actual water. We'll take the water trailer over there and get some water for them. Our chickens need grain. We have lots of grain growing on the fields. Be aware that, let's see, 10 chickens and a rooster. We're not going to get that many chickens, so we're only going to need probably a little bit of grain to save back, and then we can sell the rest. And then we have Hope, the horse. And she needs hay, base food, which is what? I don't even know what that is. What is base food? Oats? Well, no, hay, it says, is 40%. Oats, yeah, I was going to say oats, I think, would be a base food. So you have hay and oats. She obviously has a well. There's no water stipulation for her. She needs to be ridden every day. And she will make a profit at the end. I want to say a couple years, maybe, and we can sell her. So like 2 years from now, we'll be able to sell her. So it's a long-term goal for Hope. Now, walking around the farm here, we have our Agrisum. This is a culti plow. What this does is this not only cultivates, but also plows the ground for us. And that will require the Ford because that's a big piece of equipment. Heavy piece of equipment that digs deep. We have a mower, which is great. We have this Pottinger wagon, and this can bring hay and straw and all kinds of things, grass it can collect. We can use this to feed the sheep, the cows. I think we can store excess material in this silo, but we're going to have to test that. I'm going to open up all these doors because there's lots of equipment hidden around the farm. There's, yeah, see that? There's a trailer in here. We got a flatbed trailer for moving bales if we ever do bales. Also, we can move things from the shop to here like seed, feed, anything that we need. Get it? Seed, feed, need. You like that right there? There's the actual silo holding area. But I believe, once again, that this will hold the straw, but we're going to test that. If not, we're going to have to build a building, which sucks. But here we have a windrower. So when we mow and ted our grass, we can then windrow it up and be able to collect it with our collection wagon. Over here, this is the mixer for the TMR that I was talking about. Once again, you put in some hay, you put in a little bit of straw, and you put in some silage, and you have cow food. Here's just a regular old cultivator for when we don't need to plow. We don't have to use that big cultivator. So we have two wagons over here. I guess we could use these for silos if we need to, or just use them to get grain off the field. They've given us a really nice big European harvester. We have the top liner from Deutz Fahr, which is actually a little bit large for this farm, but it'll work just fine. Our fields are pretty small, so this thing will eat them up pretty quick. That'll be nice for us. They did not give us a hose to clean the equipment off. The equipment's filthy, and that's something that I'm going to start working on pretty quick here. Over here we have a little barn. This is our, when we start feeding the cows and giving them straw from our leftover materials to bed on, they are going to make manure and slurry. This is a slurry spreader. This is a free way to get slurry, so we'll use that. And then manure is going to go in here. But once again, this is a free way to get the slurry spread around the farm. Slurry is basically cow wee-wee, and we use that for fertilizing our fields. Oop, this is probably where the slurry comes out, I believe. So, moo. Now they've given us this cool fermenter silo. So, if we get grass off the field or hay or any kind of material, we can dump it right here, and it'll go into this bin, and this will turn it into silage for us. It doesn't happen right away. You got to wait a couple hours, but you put it in there, and it'll start producing. It does cost money to run it, so be aware of that. Coming on over here, we have a water trailer. This is how we're going to water our sheep, and then you can have milk. Actually, I think we might actually have a separate water trailer. This might be just for milk. Man, these things are filthy. Here's our chickens. We'll have to feed them there. What else do we have? I'm pretty sure we have some other equipment that we haven't looked at yet. Once again, a mower. Tedder for making hay once you mow the grass. And we do have a nice little grass field. Here, I heard the horse. He's around here somewhere. implements for our front loader on the New Holland. I'm surprised we got to have a bucket somewhere. If not, I'll have to pick one up, but they're cheap. But so that's it for the main farm. I need to find where the horse is, though. I heard him. Is he around here? I mean, as far as I know, he might be at another. Oh, no, there he is. Or she. There's Hope. Hi, baby. Who's your good horsey? Oh, this is a good horse. You like the horse, Babs? You don't like horses? Okay, so going across the field here, we have no data. We have precision farming installed. We're going to have to rent a unit to get the information off the field and probably upgrade one of our tractors to have the ability to read that information. But we have oats that are ready for harvest. And then down the road a little bit, we have a second field. We'll just running through the oats. But this will be good because we can feed those oats to the horse. I don't think we're going to make a lot of money right away. The goal is that we eventually will, but I think at first we're going to be slow going, so I'm going to try to hold on to money. Another field of oats. We might be able to sell some of these. I don't know that the horse is going to need both fields. And I'm not sure what's on that backfield. We have one more field. Looking at the map, we own number 14. We'll go over there in a minute because I need to. Now, the one thing we do need, aside from tractors, is a transport. So let me figure out what I'm going to do about that. I want to keep it cheap. But we do need to be able to get over to the other animals and back and forth around the map. Pickup truck would work, but they can be pricey. Maybe a side-by-side would be good because this is a smaller map. So let me figure out. I wish the Kubota pack was out now. And actually, when the Kubota pack comes out, we may switch our tractors out for Kubotas just for fun. But there's no story on this map. I'm not going to try to make this like a role-playing. We're just going to get farming done. So let's go ahead. I think the first thing that we should do is get our animals fed as best we can. Like I said, I don't know that I'm going to be able to feed the cows right this second because I have to make some silage. But I do think that we can feed, we can get the fields harvested and feed the horses and chickens and get some mowing done and feed our sheep. So I think that's going to be our first goal. But I do want a car real quick. I'm going to look and see what we have available. So hold on one sec. All right, so that's the last piece of equipment that we're going to buy for now. This is a John Deere Gator. It has the ability to carry the Isara on the back and do our field analyzing. So I want to be able to do that. And I think it also has, I don't know if it has the information bubble on top that works with, it used to, but. So we're going to head back to we're going to head over to the sheep pen and see what that's all about. So I'm pretty sure we have a sheep pen and a garden over there, but we need to get them water. So I got to find a place to get water. I think there's a well at the animal. There's an animal dealership here. And one of the things I like about this farm is it's so small. It only takes a couple minutes to get around the map. You don't really have to drive great distances. In fact, this kind of reminds me of the Campaign of France, which is another one of my favorite maps. I like these small maps because they're quick and easy to get stuff done. You don't have to work for hours and hours and hours on a single field. You basically work for about 20 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and you move on to the next task, which keeps the fun up. I think people always have this goal of getting these giant farms with giant tractors and giant equipment, and then 3.5 hours into plowing a field, they get bored and quit. So one little tip for those of you that are new to the game, don't necessarily think that just because it's a giant farm and has big equipment that it's going to be a lot of fun. You might have more fun on some of these smaller farms because there's a lot to do and it's only little bits of things to do. So pretty quickly you can move on to the next thing. Yep, oats again. So we planted a bunch of oats. All right, so let's go ahead and see how the sheep are doing. I'm hoping I can pull the water trailer with this vehicle. I should be able to. This should also be able to pull our header trailer, which is going to help a little bit around the farm. Lord Almighty, slow down. It's farm country, dork. All right, so over here, yep, there's our sheep pen. And we also have a little greenhouse, which is great. We can start producing veggies. And I'm just going to set that to sell, because what happens is if you have to, hand load it, it takes forever. Unfortunately, it's kind of fun, but we've done that on some of the other series, and it does get tedious. So right now, I'm going to be doing a couple runs here. There's this big water trailer, and lo and behold, I can pull it with this, which is what I was hoping. And we're going to go over here and fill up. And the animal dealer looks like they have some different cows in stock. Moo. Now, what they've done in this latest version of Farm Sim is weight actually matters. So you can see here, this might be done better with I might have to bring the New Holland over here to do this. In fact, I can't even steer, so I'm just trying to get this trailer off the road. I'm going to run back home with my little Scout here and grab the New Holland and bring it over, and we'll get these things functioning. But it's a little too much for our, which stinks. But, oops, that's not the road I wanted. But I would say it's not too far from reality, because once you fill that up with water, it's pretty heavy. Whee! And here's our farm. So like I said, pretty small map, pretty easy to get around, and that's kind of makes it fun for me anyway. Let's go ahead and park this. Let's see. Park it here. I think we should be able to pull that header trailer. And we're going to be doing that a little bit later today, so I'm just going to get this thing hooked up here. Can he do it? Is he jumping off the ground? Nope, he's good. He's a little high-nosed, but not bad. Trailer, on the other hand, is running a little low, but it works out. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our New Holland. I don't know that I even showed you guys this tractor. This is a little T4 open-top tractor. I have it set to run at 12 miles, or 16. I wanted 12, actually. Usually when you're running open top, you run it a little slower because you don't want to flip the tractor over. It's about safety range right there. This tractor's got it hopefully heavy enough to move that stuff. We have to put a weight on the front if it's not. Now, I've noticed that this is pretty, just from a mod standpoint. Once again, both the tractors that I'm using in this series are available in the mod hub. You don't have to go. If you're a console user, you should have them. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure the console users have them. And this is a little bit of a lower res mod. It looks like I think they probably pulled this right out of Farm Sim 15 and gussied it up a little bit and then said, hey, here it is. It does not have like a on most of the newer tractors you can see through the vents and stuff. This one does not have the ability to see through the vents, so it's a little bit lower res. See how this one does. Oh, much better. And it's that same guy. Slow down. Let's water the animals first. Now, the animals are not going to die in Farm Sim, just so you're aware. If you're afraid, like, oh my gosh, I got to get the water, they're not going to die. You're just not going to get any productivity from them. So And even with no food, they're still not going to give you any productivity, but they definitely have to have water. I drove too far. Let's see how much that fills up. Oh, that's taking a lot of water. Almost all of it. And the rest we're going to put in here, and then I'll come back and we'll get this thing running. Ugh, you again? Swear to God, this guy just likes to, he's doing laps. So let's fill this up, and I'll do one more, and then if I have to fill it up more, I'll go off camera, because I think that thing needs to be filled up like 3 or 4 times. Look how flat the tires got. Anyone coming out that way? Nope. At least it's just like right across the street. Oh. Will it take it all? The greenhouse takes all. It's the thrill of victory. La, 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 la. All right, I'll be back. All right, folks. So I have finished filling this up. So let's go ahead and get this working. You can do it through the menu, or you can actually kind of, walk into the greenhouse with the doors and tractor. No, okay. Come in here and get on the wrench. And we click on this, and you're going to say activate. And I'm going to activate all 3. And then I'm going to go to each outgoing process. And I'm going to change this from storing. I click on it, and then I say change output mode, selling. And this will just automatically sell these. I don't want to store them because then I got to move them myself. You make more money if you move them yourself. What will happen is if you go into storage mode, now this is a large greenhouse, so it's going to have a lot of veggies. I'm stuck inside. Got the back. Ooh, the misters are on. It's so cool. Can't get out of the thing. I think I'm at the edge of the map. That's not good. Let me out. I'm free. What happens is if you put them on storing, the vegetables will start to grow, or will start to turn up here. And then you have to come over with a forklift. You can't pick them up by hand. When your game first came out, you could pick them up by hand. Stacking was easy and fast. You chucked them into the back of a pickup truck and sold them. But now they've made it so they're too heavy to pick up by hand. So you have to use a forklift to load them into a flatbed, and it takes too long. So the downside, though, is if you sell them directly, then it goes, you don't earn as much. You earn like you earn 60% of the profit, and they take like 30 to 40%. If you sell them yourself, you get 100%. Also, be very aware. People always make this mistake. They see that lettuce goes for the most money, so they just grow lettuce. But that is a quantity mismatch. And the only way I can explain it is that you get twice as many tomatoes as you get lettuce. You get twice as many strawberries as you get tomatoes. So strawberries are only worth a quarter of the tomatoes, which are worth half of what the lettuce is worth. And what that equates to in the big mathematical picture is that they all make the same amount of money. Because if lettuce is $4,000 and strawberries are $2,000, but you get twice as many strawberries, you're still making $4,000. That's my point. So it's confusing, but it is okay to grow all three crops. You're not going to make any more money growing one or the other. There may be slight fluctuations in the market that will make one worth more than the other at certain times, but in general, you're not any better off growing one versus three. I'm stuck on those doors. I'm an idiot. Come on. There we go. Never to be opened again with the tractor in front of it. I thought it looked cool. Let's go ahead and put this tractor away. I mean this water trailer away. Ah! Slow down. Tell you what, these nut jobs on their Audi station wagons, they're like, they're going too fast. They're just going too fast. Wow. Well, that guy's in a Prius. Or is that a Fiat Punto? A little channel humor there. Okay, so I'm going to run back over here to the farm. I'll be right back. So I've arrived back at the farm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these trailers and start collecting. Are these both? Oh, they're tied together. Well, we'll just take them both then. I don't know that I need both of these, but I guess we can harvest all of our harvest with this. How the heck am I going to get those back in there? How did they get them in there in the first place? That's the real question. So we're going to get up and set up for harvest, and that'll put us at about a half an hour of time, which is how long I want to keep these episodes. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. As you see how I kind of piece together the farm, and it kind of helps you on your own farm go, oh, yeah, that's what we need. But once again, I would recommend that you try this farm. It has everything you need to start with. You don't have to buy anything. He's given us a seeder, a culti-plow, a cultivator. We don't have a lot of fertilization equipment. We're probably going to have to buy some of that. So that'll be coming in an upcoming episode, but not yet. All right, so we got a bunch of open tops and an open top tractor. And now let's go ahead and grab the John Deere and bring the header out for the harvester. Easy there, Trigger. But once again, I think the small map makes it, if you stick with small equipment on this map, you will not get frustrated. You won't have to buy a lot, once again, because it's a small map. It doesn't really need huge equipment, and that's nice. I think you'll find as you go that you'll be happy that you went with the smaller farm and the smaller equipment because it's cheap. You could probably go to like mid-tier, like tier 2, tier 3 size equipment, but you don't really need much bigger than that. So, I don't think I want to go that way. And there's a lot of places to pull off. Unlike some of the English small farms or maple, you don't have all the hedgerows that get in the way. That's kind of nice. It like lets you just kind of have some breathing space here. Put the header there, and I'm going to leave the hazards on because we're kind of out in the road a little bit. So, well, anyway, people come around the corner, they can see that there's a trailer here. Don't hit that. And the harvester can just come down the road and receive its, actually, we'll roll it up so it's level. There we go. Safety first. Now, don't run over your own crops. It's like winging your own bowl of cereal. That'll ruin it for you. Don't do that. So we're going to put this right here and put a flasher on just so people know. Don't hit the trailer. Okay, let's get the harvester out last but not least. And we'll get ourselves set up for the harvest, and we'll do that in the next episode. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this episode as we set our farm up. And I had fun making it. And I just wanted to do something fun, but that was also educational for you guys. Some people like the story series, but let's face it, there's a million people out there doing story series, and including myself. And I'm going to continue those. But I also like to do these. They're easy to do. I can get you content quicker with these because there's not a lot of editing. And we can just have fun on a little farm. So I should have come down the other road. This is toy. Oh, boy. You have to watch the rear end of the harvester because it swings out and you end up hitting stuff. And I just killed that crop. Oh well. Sweet. I think maybe I'll start from here. And yeah, it's really crowded. There we go. I'm just going to run down from here. And we'll start that way. Though I think this field wants to run the other way. What do I do? We're going to run the other way. Donk, $10,000. All right. All right. We're going to start right here. Ta-da. Okay, guys, so I'll see you in the next episode as we get started with the harvest. We got a lot of stuff to do in August. I'll be back. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And we'll catch you in the next exciting episode of Farm Sim 22. Good night.